All right, we are back for the third and final tribal council for a while. Thank goodness, this has been a lot of vote outs, a lot of broken hearts. Momentarily, the Sabattus tribe, the red tribe, will be filing into tribal council, where they will be getting their first tribal council of the game. And here we are. We can see them filing in now.
All right, Sabattus, come on
They
in.
are here for the first time.
You're going to be staying a while.
Everyone filing on in. This is Red Tribe's first tribal council of the season.
A couple tribal council ground rules. Obviously, the fire represents your life. You see the torches behind you. When you get voted out, please grab one and bring it up. And when I snuff it, your life in this game is over. The other thing is that we do live stream these tribal councils. It's a little difficult to hear you guys, so the louder you can be, the more enjoyable it will be for our fans. So be loud and also be truthful, so I don't have to keep asking you annoying questions. But yeah, welcome to your first tribal council. I'm sure it's not a happy place to be. Nina, can you just, kind of give me your rundown of the experience so far? How have you been bonding with the tribe? How do you feel about Survivor in general? And how do you feel being here at this first tribal council?
Oh, big question.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jeff. Survivor in general, how do I feel? Positively.
Great.
I love Survivor, I think we all do. Coming out here, I think it took a little bit to adjust to, and now we've kind of got to know each other, and it feels a little bit more like home when we go back to camp. Today, it's been a little bit more hot. We've been more dizzy, more headaches, more naps. It's just been exhausting, but it's a good time.
And yeah, so how do you feel about taking a nap in the middle of a day like today when you know you're going to come to tribal council? How do you, get to the point where you can even rest and kind of close your eyes knowing that, 7 other people are awake and probably strategizing?
We were all napping at the same time.
It was a group nap.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were definitely all napping.
No one was faking?
Everyone
We need it.
Yeah.
All right,
Everyone wants to speak up and say they were faking.
Kyle,
mean,
take me. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I
go.
mean, they literally woke me up from my nap. Like, there was a couple people that had to wake me up, and they're like, "Hey, we're strategizing now." So I mean, everybody's pretty.
Very polite. Very polite. Kyle, take me back to kind of first 5 minutes of the game, and you kind of get pushed into this leadership role. Do you feel like that was good for you to kind of, have some control at the beginning of the game, or, worried that put you, in this, different, pedestal and things like that?
It was definitely a big, I was scared at first. Like, you don't want to be separated by any means at the beginning of the game. I do think everybody was kind of appreciative that I stepped up, because nobody wanted to do it. We actually even did, like, rock, paper, scissors for it. So it was a blessing and a curse. I didn't have to do that first challenge, and I suck at math, so I knew I was not going to do well at that, so I'm glad everybody else was able to do it, and we got all the rewards that we could get. But after that happened and we all got back to camp, I was like, guys, look, I'm not a captain, we're all a team. This is a team activity. We're a tribe right now, and we're tribe strong, so I'm not the leader.
Okay. Juliana, so speaking of that first challenge, you had a little bit of a struggle there in that first challenge. You also sort of publicly pushed Kyle forward a little bit at that moment. And then in terms of our immunity points, you did kind of finish with the second least here. So are you worried at all about your challenge performance heading into kind of the next round of voting, assuming eventually you might be competing as a tribe together against other tribes?
Oh, absolutely. I know that kind of nobody is, unless you have immunity, nobody's safe today. And so I think that something that people have to take into account is how you do in the challenges. So, and I think that's something that is gonna show if you're loyal or if you're not. That's a terrible answer, but sorry about that.
It's okay. I'll forgive you a terrible answer at your first challenge. I'll be more firm. So then, on the flip side of that, I mean, you did really well, coming just a point or two shy of winning the immunity. You know, there's no guarantee that we ever do go to a tribe versus tribe stage. You know, assuming this is, you know, something that stays individual, are you worried that that might paint a target on your back? Is that something that's been brought up?
I don't think that's been brought up. But I think it was so close between the three. And really, everyone performed so well. I don't think like me standing out in that being second place is going to really put a target on my back. I made it very clear I was a kid who went too hard in gym class. I will own that, and I love to compete. So, like, my hope is that we're going to compete as a tribe, and people want me here to help the team out as we move forward.
Yeah. Declan, so Savannah makes a good point about, you know, aside from the people that are immune, and you are one of the two people that are immune. You won immunity for raising the most amongst this tribe. So obviously, one of the great things about CYS is that you get to play for these amazing charities, and obviously your charity is super important to you. But that can be kind of a double-edged sword here. Obviously, you know, if your story is too great, you raise a lot of money for this. Are you worried that you know, is something that could come back to haunt you, especially because it was such a you know, visible thing being given to you in front of the other tribes?
Definitely. I told everybody in my tribe following that community, you know, why I was playing for my charity, my organization rather, and the connection I had to it. I don't think it is particularly more emotional or sentimental than, I mean, I'm sure other people have charities that are more near and dear to them. I mean, I'm raising money for a community center in my neighborhood that I care a lot about and is full of great people who do great things, but I'm not super concerned that my story sticks out a ton above the rest, but of course, and especially, you know, standing in front and, you know, having won the fundraising immunity, it's definitely on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I speak a little bit more on that. Unfortunately, Survivor is kind of that type of game where even the good things like making money for charity can be used against you. Is that something at all that you feel like that's coming into play here? Are you looking at people's charities like, oh, that one's not as worthy, or this person has a really great story, or are those things in the back of your mind, or are you trying to focus specifically on the gameplay that's being done out here?
I'm not asking people too much about, I mean, I think I don't even know if I could tell you what everyone's charities are. I don't know if we've had a full group conversation about it. So I think I'm focusing on the game and letting that organically come up if it comes up. And sure, like if that's something that can be leveraged for game, you know, late game, yeah, I'm sure that's on people's minds. But it hasn't entered the game for me at least at all. Yeah.
Okay. Assuming that's a health check, so we'll just let her keep moving forward with that. Cameron, my question for you, so obviously the other major twist of the game is this black mark. So you have, you know, someone within this tribe that by eliminating them, you can, you know, get the reward of immunity at the merged tribal council. Is that something that is playing a part in this vote? Do you feel like someone is either really trying to get their black mark out, or maybe even protect their black mark for some strategic, you know, reason?
I think it goes both ways for sure. The black mark can either like smush you together because you like are worried that you're going to become a threat. If people, I mean, like we can see this right here.
It's right there in
I
front
don't
of
even know
you.
the people's names, but I know like what they're trying to do in the game, kind of. Yeah, if someone sees that you're immune in this first jury post-merge vote, then maybe you'll be taken out before that happens, right? So, I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about.
Is that something? Obviously, Bobby is immune, but he is your black mark partner. Is that something you said to Bobby? Well, don't take me out now because, you know, you'll have a bigger target.
Terrible for your
No, I mean, we did talk about it, and honestly, all it does, yes, it protects you for one vote. You're a target 5 votes before because they know immunity is coming. You're a target immediately after because they said, oh, did they vote him out because of a strategic reason? He's a big threat.
Yeah. But also, like, obviously, everybody is paired, so, like, there will be people
someone
who
is
will do that.
losing their black mark. Someone has to. So how do you, I mean, you know, it's similar to the conversation we had when someone had to become captain. You know, someone is going to be sitting here with a potential immunity after this vote. Did you guys play rock, paper, scissors again to decide this vote, or how did you guys all come to a vote? Bobby, I'll give it to you.
You give that to me? I mean, we've had what, 8 challenges at this point. So a lot of it comes down to, I mean, before any of these challenges happened, we literally talked about what our strengths and weaknesses are. Yesterday, I think all of us, as Savannah was saying, we did all a fantastic job. We were all very even. It was very, very close, and we really saw those strengths and weaknesses come out. Going in today, it was kind of the same thing. So the decision today is really, based off of what we've been seeing and kind of things around that.
So do you feel like somehow strategy based on challenge performance is leading this vote more than alliances or personalities that it forms?
It's obviously a mix. It's never truly ever one thing. I mean, there are things that happen back at camp that you have to take into account, but we're just starting this game. There's a lot of game to go. There's a lot of game that's happening. So to just purely focus on, one or two things when we have a whole game ahead of us that we need to be thinking about doesn't really make too much sense to me.
Okay, great.
Should I move forward, or yeah, we're gonna vote over there? She's good enough to vote.
Pause for a second. I'm going to move this one along. I want to get you guys out of the heat as much as possible. So we'll go a little bit quicker. I just want to get a status check over there. Make sure we're all okay.
We all hope she's
Anyone? Yeah, I'm assuming they're all worried about her. Us too. Does anyone have anything that they want to get off their chest, or are we feeling mostly okay before moving forward with the vote?
I do want to say something, but I want to wait to see if she's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. If that's all right.
Yeah, we can wait.
I had already checked.
Sorry. Why don't we have the 7 of you stand up and try to get in the shade while we wait? I don't know how long it's going to take.
All right. So we are just taking a little bit of a pause. One of the players is just having a health check right now. As we mentioned, it is really, really hot out here, and we've now kind of reached the hottest part of the day. And so we are just going to go ahead and pause this tribal council while we wait and see what happens. All right, so we are going to go ahead and end this live stream for now, but as soon as tribal council resumes, we will be back live to you. So just don't have an exact prediction on when that will be. So everyone just make sure your notifications are on and that you are ready to jump back in for part 2 of the Red Tribe's first tribal council. So we will see y'all soon.